So you guys, I'm just like painting. I figured I'd come on and say hi because it's been forever. So anyways, I've been painting these little beehives that you can see partially done. So I thought it would be fun to just kind of paint this and chit chat, make sure y'all are good and, you know, having fun in quarantine. Oh my gosh, Brian. He's been at home way too long. So anyways, I just was painting these. I'm trying to do kind of like a bee theme of signs right now. So I did this bee. This is actually one of the first ones I ever made. Oh, the yellow is not liking it. This is one of the first styles of signs. I've obviously made a few more. Right? So I made this one and then I've kind of just continued making it here and there. So this one is actually listed on my Etsy. And then I've got this one that I'm doing right now. And then I may get to the gnome tonight, or you guys may just see me cutesy this one up. But I've got this gnome, so I have him all stenciled and ready to go. We just have to paint him. But here, yes, he does have a beehive on top of his head. I was giggling so hard when I drew him up. All I'm doing is going back in here and just putting a second coat. So this is a honey beehive, and then it has the honey coming out right here, and then a little bee. And then I'm using an angled brush that is a 1/2 inch. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is we'll paint the bee, this little guy. So I got the yellow on, and the yellow I used was Delta CreamCoat yellow. I like Delta CreamCoat. It's just the paint that I prefer. Then my next favorite is Americana right here, and I did not use this one because it was too light for the color I wanted. So anyways, but I do like Delta CreamCoat. Okay, so let me get my black. Reaching, sorry. All right. This is actually Apple Barrel. I've had this, Lord, I have had this bottle for like forever, it feels like. Sorry, I'm just cleaning my brushes real quick here. Fourth angle, you guys can see there. Ooh, there you go. So I'm going to use that one. And let me throw this over here. All right. So we're going to go here and here. I wanted the tip of his little behind to be black. So what I do is I draw, or I should say I sketch all of my signs, and then I scan them into my computer, and then I have my machine now cut them out. I used to hand cut all of my signs, but I got a little bit busy, and so the machine helps me out a ton with being able to get my orders and all of that done. Okay, so now you guys, what I'm doing, I'm just going to do the head of the bee here. That Probably didn't sound good, but you get what I'm saying. I could have switched to another brush. Probably would have been easier, but I'm being lazy. So I've learned that when you're making signs and making multiples, it's easier to just assembly line. If I was to really say how long one sign would take, the first sign always, of course, takes longer just because it's the designing factor of it. But after that, I would say probably my signs take about an hour, 45 minutes each to paint. This little guy, he needs a touch up. So if you guys can't see, you can kind of see the reason why I'm doing the little touch ups. Can you see that little line right, oops, wrong finger, that little line right there? It's kind of showing through. So that's why I'm just doing a quick little touch up and loading the brush a little bit and going through it. It just kind of, like I said, I got really annoyed because I was trying to find a watermelon sign for a watermelon wreath, and I shouldn't say annoyed, but oh wow, I really am missing some things here. So I was looking, I wanted to make a watermelon wreath because, hey, I love watermelons last year, and all of the signs and the wreaths that I was finding on Etsy, I was like, they're so beautiful. How in the heck and world am I going to compete with these amazing women and all of their talents? You know, I'm like, they all look the same, and you know, I just wanted something unique and different, and so I was like, all right, well, I'm gonna see if I can draw a watermelon. I know I can cut one out. So I got playing around, and before I knew it, I drew a watermelon, and then somebody else asked me if I could draw something else, and all of a sudden I was making my own signs, and I was doing fine, just making my own. And then my business coach, Lori Jacobs, love her to death, she's amazing, she suggested I start making them for others. So I did, and boy, did life change after that. Alright, so my detail brush, sorry, it's a liner brush. It is a 2/0 liner brush, so it is extremely thin, if you guys can see that. Hope you can. Anywho, this is my liner brush, or my detail brush, and this is what I'm going to do to actually make this sign look really cute, believe it or not. This is when the details and all the fun comes out. So we're going to just outline real quick the bee's wings. attaching the antennas here. There we go. Alright, I'm gonna get the opening to this beehive. And I might just do the details on one because I know you guys are probably like, you're working really slow. So I'm just going around the edges of the honey here. Ooh, I'm being really careful. This little tip of the bee right here is a little wet. There we go. Alright, so we got that connected. Can you guys see how that just like totally made it pop compared to that? Kind of crazy, huh? Totally brings out life, I feel like. So just drawing the lines of the honeycomb, and then we'll come in with the white detail, and that kind of just gives that extra little bit and really makes everything, I think, pop. Let me grab my whites. Oh, I'm dropping bottles over here. Okay, so this bottle, you guys, I am so frugal, or whatever you want to call it. I keep like using this thing until like the last itty bitty drop I could possibly find. But I just use the tip of my lid here. The angle's a little, and my brush is messed up. So you want it in a good tip. So if you don't have it, turn it and spin it with your fingers with a little bit of water, and it helps. Okay, so I'm just going to kind of do a little bit of funs. Like I said, the white is when I love doing white the very most. It's like my favorite because it just gives character to everything, I feel like. And let's see, so the bee, I really like how that bee is, so I'm not going to mess with it more. I might actually add some yellow into the honey, but we'll kind of go with this for right now. And I love adding like little swooshies. It's kind of my favorite thing. All right. I'm going to leave the brown alone for right now because I want it to look dimensional. But I may go back in and do something more to it. There's that. And then with the white, you guys, I kind of just barely touch and let the paintbrush kind of do the work. So with my signs, they're never the exact same. They look similar, but they'll never be the exact, because when I do the detail and the highlighting, I kind of just let the brush do the work, and wherever it kind of touches is where we go with it. So there's that. I'm thinking I need more. We're going to do more. I'm going to grab the yellow that I had from the bee. All right. My tip is a little messed up there. Okay. Yeah, I'm kind of liking this little bit of yellow. Kind of softens up the honey a little bit. What do you guys think? I like that. I think it turned out fun. Okay. And then I'm thinking, no, I don't want that. However, I think I am going to use that honey brown after all, the one that I was telling you I didn't use, the Americana, this one. I think I'm going to use that just to add a little more detail. I think I'm just going to kind of add just a little bit for the edges, because I don't want a lot, but I feel like the edges are feeling a little unfinished. So I'm just adding a little bit of this, it's called honey brown, with the detail brush. There we go. Now the edges are looking better. What do you guys think? Can you see that? Oh, I love when my Planco moves out. I literally created this design sitting in the Atlanta airport coming home from the Sims show. And I was giggling. I created this one and the bee gnome. And boy, was that Atlanta airport a little scary. Whew, it was huge. Intimidating. I shouldn't say like scary, but I was just intimidated. It was humongous. Okay. Thinking I'm loving that. Let's go right. Yep, there we go. Okay. And hold on. I'm going to get this little zigzag. There we go. My favorite is doing the highlights, because I mean, look what we came from. So this is before we did the highlights. So I mean, it's like night and day difference. I mean, I know I didn't do the little antennas, but isn't that crazy? It's so fun. That's my favorite part of it all, is doing that. So anywho, you guys, that's what I love about doing details. I'll pull this up because I don't know if you guys can see the yellow, but that's a little bit of the yellow that I did with the honey, and then you guys can see. Judy, thanks for hanging out with me, you guys. I really appreciate it. You all are amazing.